Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the next event in our series. We have relaunched as Lunch 365, a Microsoft 365 live event series from Tomorrow's Technology Today. My name is Amy Spriggs. I am the Director of Marketing Strategy here at Tomorrow's Technology Today, and I have with me today Katie Kramer. Katie is our Project and Training Specialist, and she is going to talk to us today about the power of Microsoft 365 for frontline workers. So I will be watching the comments section. So we have this going live across 3 platforms right now. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you're joining us on any of those, feel free to add a comment and we will try to answer any questions you have live during the event. If not, you can also share and you can add questions to us later. You can find this if you want to give us more information, something that you would like to add, something you want to know about, you can find us at tomtechtoday.com/lunch365, and you can submit your own topic idea. You can see what the coming topics are going to be for the quarter. If you submit something and it's early in the quarter and we aren't wanting to wait until the next quarter to do that, we can go ahead and do a bonus episode as well. So we are more than welcome to do that. And more than willing to do that, I should say. So without further ado, I am going to turn it over to Katie Kramer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you had a chance to grab your lunch today. And it should be pretty easy breezy today. We are specifically talking about Microsoft 365, all of the different apps that are available for frontline workers. Specifically, we're going to kind of focus in on using Teams and bookings. So just to kind of kick us off, when you log in to portal.office.com, you can open up all your different apps, and these are all the different apps that are included with your Microsoft license. So essentially, if you wanted to, you could run your business off of using just Microsoft products if you wanted to. But a lot of times, there's all those little specialties that come into play depending what your business is. So there are just kind of some little descriptions underneath each one, but like I said, today we're going to talk about bookings and Teams, but there's also lists, there's To-Do, Power BI offers a lot of different reporting capabilities, Power Automate. That's something that it's basically no code, so you can kind of build like your own little workflow through it. Of course, there's Outlook, there's forms if you want to do different kinds of surveys, things like that. So if you ever have any questions about what you can do with all the different apps that you have available, if you're like, hey, what's this? Or if I'd like to be able to do this, what app do you recommend? Please feel free to give us a call, and we are more than happy to walk you through that. So now I am going to switch over, and we're just going to play a little video on Microsoft Teams.
This is Microsoft Teams, the app where work and collaboration is happening today, even when everyone isn't in the same room or time zone. Teams is a space where you and your team come together, but it's more than just a place to chat or join meetings. Teams bridges the gap between in-person and remote teammates. It makes working in real time or at your own pace easier than ever before. Teams is built for hybrid work, so you can stay informed, organized, and connected, all in one place. Now let's take a closer look at how collaboration works in Teams. Chat is where you can message someone or a group of people to talk about, well, anything. Teams and channels create focused spaces to gather the right people to work in the right context with files and conversations. Under Calendar, meetings connect the flow of work before, during, and after you meet, so prep and follow-up are easy to find. Apps is the doorway to new ways to work together. Find familiar apps and new ones to simplify, customize, and manage how you work. How we get work done together has changed, and Teams is made for today's workplace. Built to give you the flexibility to do your best work your way.
All right. So that was just kind of a little introduction.
Today's Microsoft Teams rooms bridge the gap between in-person and remote.
Helps if I turn it off, huh? Okay,
I'll just mute that screen. How about that?
So that was just kind of a little introduction to Teams. So if you haven't used Teams yet, I highly encourage that you check it out. That is something that you can use to engage with your employees as we're all working in this hybrid environment. They don't necessarily even have to have the app installed. Like if you're allowing people to log in and check their email and things like that from home, from their home computer, make sure it's secure for one thing, but also they can get to it from a web browser. They can log in with their Microsoft account and they can easily get to Teams. They can also install the app on their phone. So if you have someone, let's say that's in sales or someone who goes to a lot of project meetings or something like that, that they are out in the field and they're doing the work and you really need them to stay engaged as well, Teams is a great way to do that. They'll still get all the notifications on their phone. It's easy to see. Another point is that you can kind of integrate all of these different apps that you see here. Like you can build those into your Teams channels and you're able to access like OneNote files or Excel spreadsheets. And you can open it in the desktop version, or you can also just keep it within Teams and be able to share that document and collaborate. And, you know, everyone's working off the same page, like literally. So love that about Teams. Amy, is there anything you want to add?
No, I was just going to say,
up Teams?
Yeah, well, I was going to say I use it all the time. Okay, I was skeptical at first because I came from a world that used a product that starts with a G. I don't want to get in trouble. So I came from that world and came into Teams reluctantly a little bit, but I have been very happy. I constantly, so it's on my phone right there. I have it pulled up on my other screen. There's different ways I can easily get to things. I can interact in the moment. I do work away from the office. I am in my home office right now, but beyond my home office, I work out at events regularly. I do marketing. So I might be at a different event. I might be at Chamber of Commerce events. I might be at other community events. I am out and about a decent amount of time, and I'm able to stay completely connected with everyone all the time. I had a major family emergency happen in January and was able to still seamlessly connect, get on meetings, do the things I needed to do 2.5 hours away from my home for what was to be an extended period of time and completely unpredictable period of time. So that made it so that I could still meet my job duties and functions and still get everything done that I wanted to do seamlessly, you know, so that was really, really helpful. So I'm a fan. I've since bought in. The reluctance has gone away.
That's good. That's good. So, and I think that's important too, that if you hire someone on, they're a new employee, and, you know, if you're still maybe 100%, you know, working remote, or if they only come in, you know, certain days of the week or something like that, like kind of whatever the schedule is, you can do a face-to-face call with them. Super easy. Like we do this with clients all the time, that we can share documents back and forth. We can do video calls so they can see us. Kind of just a great way just to stay engaged and, you know, kind of see their face as well. I know that was big with Lisa, you know, as the world was changing and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, you know, she wanted to be able to see our faces and, you know, make sure that things really were going okay. And it wasn't just, you know, a little text of, you know, something, you know, that something might be missing. So
yeah. And I have a couple interns working for me now, and I regularly will send them messages, or we'll get on a Teams chat real quick, and I might say, hey, share your screen and I can show you where to go with this, or I'll share my screen and I'll show you. And so it's like I'm sitting right beside them at the desk next to them, but I'm not. And we're able to work through any little quirks, and we can quickly do that. So it's, hey, I have a question on this. I'm not sure how to do it. And I can say, oh, I can show you how to do that. Let me, you know, I'll update that SOP, but I also want to make sure that you know how to do it right now. So let me show you how to do that. So I can pop right on Teams with them. They can share their screen, or I can share mine, and we can walk right through it, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. Perfect. Amy, do you see any comments on Teams? Does anyone have any questions?
Not yet. I'm going to have to look on my phone. So this is the nice thing. LinkedIn likes to hide them from you. So I have to go directly into LinkedIn to find them there. So I'm going to look there as well. I don't see anything in there yet.
Okay, perfect. So just as a reminder, feel free to drop them into any social media platform, and we are happy to answer your questions. Or if there's any experience or anything that you want to share and kind of add on, that is more than welcome too. All right, so now we are kind of going to switch gears a little bit. So this is Microsoft Bookings, and this is also included with your Microsoft 365 business license. So this is our bookings page that we use for Tomorrow's Technology Today. So you can go out and you can customize this as much as you want. So here you can see we have our logo, we have our company name, and then we actually have our URL linked within our email signature, which Amy will gladly tell me that you can only do so many different links, and then you're going to start to throw out flags. So always keep that in mind, depending what you're putting in your email signature. And I will let her talk a little more to that.
You don't want to get flagged as spam. And the more links and the more, different, like if you want to add all your social media platforms, all of that to your signature, that's actually causing you to probably get flagged as spam in many locations. So you don't want to add a ton. You want to put the most important in there. And I would imagine booking an appointment with you is probably more important than them seeing your Instagram page. So just something to keep in mind.
Perfect. So here you can see we kind of have it set up for our services that we have. You can schedule just a few minutes with Lisa. So we have the 10-minute option or the 30-minute option. You can also do, if you want to talk with Amy, with Bonnie, or with myself. So you can just go in here, you can select whoever you want to talk to. And here you can see we do have the option available that all of these can be online meetings. Of course, we're going to use Microsoft Teams because we are a Microsoft Gold partner, so we are glad to use their products. And then this is just saying exactly what the service is. So simple as that. Here we can go down and we can select what day. And then here we can see, this will just show Amy's name. Depending what services you have, like let's say that you own a hair salon or something like that. And let's say that you have 3 different people who are working on Thursday when I want to get my hair done. You can have all 3 of your staff available from this list that they can drop down and select whichever stylist that they want. So Amy's available tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to book it for then. And I will just drop my information in here. Right, hi. Oh, it doesn't like my, make sure that it knows I'm in the United States. So now, as it says that it's working on it, I will get a notification and Amy will also get a notification. So myself as the customer, just letting me know that my booking has been received, and kind of as a reminder, just to let me know that I have an appointment with Amy tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And then Amy will also receive an email letting her know, hey, Katie just scheduled time with you for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Obviously, as coworkers, we don't need to go through bookings, but this is a great page. It's just a web page that you can put out on your website. You can link it, like we said, in your signature. And that's kind of different ways that your customers can get to it. So here's our confirmation page, just letting me know we're going to use Microsoft Teams tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So if I need to go in and reschedule, I can always just come back to this page.
I would also say I've already received my notification and it's already on my calendar. So I see both there already. And I know it was scrolling there for a little bit. I want you to know too that some of that is because we're live and screen sharing. It can cause that to lag a little bit. So just note that it is pretty quick. Even with that lag, it was pretty quick. But that was the notification. That little ding there was that I have a new appointment.
Yep, same on my side too. I just got it too. So it says that it's confirmed. So we're good to go for tomorrow morning. So anyway, I just wanted to show bookings a little bit. I know we get a lot of questions, just kind of how do you keep up? Like I said, if you have a hair salon or maybe like a pet grooming business or something like that, and you want to be able to allow your customers, rather than calling in all the time, kind of just a way to manage your appointments. You can go through and you can set everyone's schedule in there, and you can book them so far apart, just in case, anything runs over or things like that. So fun
As
stuff.
someone who frequently forgets to call during business hours, I greatly appreciate when I can book online, or when I have an app I can book through, or some, way to book with them outside of the business day. one, especially like, let's say hairstylist. With my hairstylist, I don't want to bother her in the middle of another client's business, right? But I also don't want to bother her at 10 p.m. on her personal time. So I would love to just put it in this way as well, to make sure that I can get it scheduled. I can look at my calendar, look at hers and see which works, or, for any appointment or service like that. It's just a super convenient way for both the individual and the person doing the booking. I mean, that doesn't mean people still can't call in, right? Like there are some people who I know don't use and don't want to use technology, and that is okay. But the number of those people is much smaller than those who are willing to use and would like to use technology to book appointments, because they can sit down, look at their calendar, look at yours, and really find what works for both of you.
Absolutely. All right. So, Amy, can you think of anything else for today?
I would just say that in general, these tools are very user friendly. I'm going to put us back up in here because it's a little more exciting. So it's a little more exciting than the screen. I would say in general, it's just pretty user friendly. I am a fairly tech savvy person in that I can use technology. I don't know the background, right? I'm not a tech person. Like I don't, create software or do anything like that. Writing code, I don't do any of that. But if you give me some technology and, tell me how to log in, beyond that, I can usually figure it out. But this is super useful, super easy to utilize technology. And it integrates all of the things that you're used to using, right? Most people are used to using the Microsoft Office suite. You integrate all of that with it. So it does make it very user-friendly for people who may have tons of experience with technology, and those who may have been in the game for a while, and we use, Microsoft Office from way back when. The same people can utilize it. Like they can utilize these tools. So it makes it very, very nice. And I think it's pretty universal as far as that goes. And I think, it's really nice. Just the real time constantly is awesome. I am notoriously unorganized when it comes to paper. Don't give me paper. I don't like paper. I love electronic versions because I can file it a lot more easily. I am on the go kind of person. It's just the way my brain works. I have some ADHD. It's just easier for me to file electronic, right? So I do like, obviously having a backup and having these other things, but also I think about the emails, the old emails we used to send when like I would send a document to Katie and then she'd do something to it and then send it back to me. And then I'd have to send it back. And we were like, which version are we on? Version, 75, version, 674, who knows? And this totally eliminates that. And that is phenomenal, because we're constantly just able to just work it together. And I know yesterday, Lisa and I were, or I guess on Monday, Lisa and I were both in the same document at the same time, working on the same document at the same time without any issues at all, because we both needed to be in it. And it was, putting in some data and working on some data analysis. And it was great to be able to be right in that. And the nice thing is we could have a meeting, while working in that live, we could do it all at the same time and not lose anything and not lose the ability to be face to face, essentially. So, that is phenomenal. I am a big fan.
Absolutely. I love that. And it can be more than two people. I mean, you can have your whole project team can hop in there. So, and you'll know that people are in there. You'll see there's a little indicator. So everyone's kind of color coded.
Yep. Yeah, you can see where they're at. Yeah,
there's version control. So if anyone deletes anything on accident, or maybe they thought they were supposed to, you can go back and you can recover it. So
we are all working in the same document, but you can go back and do some fixing as needed. Hopefully you don't have to too often, but it is possible. So, all right. I don't think we have any extra questions right now. I think we're good on that one.
Good to go.
Do you have anything else? I will say, again, we have past webinars too. So, but the nice way to kind of go to all of it is just going to this one, this Lunch 365. I have a link to the old versions that we've already done. And it has the calendar of what we're going to be doing coming up. It allows you to also sign up. If you sign up on there, you can sign up for reminders. You'll get a reminder email. You get the reminder about a week before. It'll tell you what the topic is. And then the weekend before, I guess. And then the day of, an hour before, you'll get another reminder just to, hey, this is coming up. So we hope to see you in future events.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Have
day.
a good day.